Hey,
Hello?
how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, what is up?
Not much, not much. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good, man. Thank you. Great
Nice.
to hear from you again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Congrats on that win recently. Yeah,
Oh,
congrats.
thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Still can't believe it, really.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you get to look at some of those VODs or the stream?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But it was pretty cool. Yeah. Like, I just
Word,
saw,
nice,
like,
bro.
yeah, it was just like a side stream I was watching, like a watch party.
Got you,
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And yeah, thank you for your understanding. Sorry, I was a little late
Yeah, it's
today.
all good. It's all good.
I'm juggling a lot of things, bro. I told my
Oh,
friend I would dog sit for them, their family, and it's a lot more than I thought,
oh,
bro.
okay.
I was walking. This dog wanted to walk for like an hour. I was like, damn, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But anyways, I put the code in the chat
Oh, okay, sounds
for when
good.
you're ready. So this is our last lesson in the plan. We made it, I know.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty
And
cool.
so I'm sure you noticed it's only listed as 30 minutes, and it's sort of it's sort of open ended, right? We can have sort
Yeah,
of closing discussion here. I like to talk about switching and sort of my mentality with switching because PT is such a unique character in that way, and with such a unique mechanic that usually it's pretty important to talk about. But I want to say for this last lesson, I know in the rest of the plan I've been talking a lot, right? It's definitely me sort of spewing out information and a lot of details.
yeah, that is,
So
yeah.
this is all for you. Like if you have any questions you wanted to ask this whole time or something you'd want to discuss with me, then that's what we can use this time for sure. So
Oh, okay, that is true.
yeah, and we can get some games going too while we do that. So
Okay, nice, yeah.
that sounds like a good way to spend this time if
Yeah, yeah.
if you have stuff to say or ask.
I don't really have like many questions, I guess. I guess one that came out recently is is it good to like charge water gun in the beginning of the match immediately, or is it good to like spread it out, I guess?
Uh, that's a good question. I would say probably charge it up immediately, right?
Okay,
Well, as
yeah.
as quickly as you can, because
Yeah.
what I've noticed too with the water gun is having so much versatility, like that I've begun using. Because kind of an old water gun usage would have kind of just been play Squirtle, get them one combo off stage. Like let's say I hit you, whatever, like one, two, and then I hit you off stage like this. And an old water gun, it would have just been like
Oh.
this or whatever. Like I would have just
Oh.
sprayed it at you immediately at that low percent, and it probably wouldn't do much, right? If I hit you
Yeah.
like this and then just water gunned, like
Yeah.
it's you definitely could still make it back as you did, right? So
Yeah.
I do like charging it up, but I recommend sort of holding on to it a little bit longer. That's my main advice with water guns. So
Oh,
charge it up at
okay.
the start of the game, and then try to use it in a more meaningful spot. Like I think a lot of the time
Yeah.
people they use it the first time they get their opponent off stage, and then they never have it again.
Yeah,
But
that's
there are a lot
true.
of situations where it can be really helpful, right? So one of the ways I like to use it a lot, I'm sure we probably mentioned this, is like when I'm recovering to stage. If you were trying to like get in position to trap me, right? Let's say like stand kind of over here, and I was coming back, I could kind of use the water gun to
Oh
spray you
yeah,
that way,
yeah.
make it easier for me to get up, right? And
Yeah.
that can apply sort of anywhere, like anywhere you might need space. So even if I was like in the corner or something and like start jumping a little bit, jumping down like
Oh
this.
shit, my bad.
Well, you kind of got to see it there, but yeah, like just
Yeah.
start jumping around. Like notice how far it sends
Oh
you, right?
yeah.
So the second you catch someone in the air with a water gun, it sends them flying. So it can really be a good way to establish space either when you're trying to get like back to stage, back from ledge, or if you're trying to push them further, right? So we've talked about obviously like when you get them off stage, but I think
Yeah.
even just in neutral sometimes it can help to like now, we would be playing neutral here, but if I just use a good water gun, now you're being pushed off stage and I get a lead trap
Oh
started.
yeah.
So and the only real way to avoid that is to shield it, because even if you try to jump, most characters will get caught. Like how you can angle the water gun up like
Oh
that,
yeah.
kind of covers like this whole vertical space. So as long as you do that, the only real counter to it is just to stand there and shield.
Oh
So
okay.
you're not even like risking much because they're gonna have to kind of stand there and wait.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
So
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would charge it up at the beginning of the game because I think it
Okay.
has a lot of versatility in that way for
Yeah, I've
sure.
read like a little like I guess at least against for Steve, that's good to like just rush him in at first. I guess not really charge water
Not like
gun.
charge the water gun.
Yeah,
Well, it could be right for
yeah,
certain characters. It could be like, oh, they'll collect their stuff, and you don't want to give them that time. But think about it
yeah,
like this, right? I mean, how long does it take to charge a water gun? Realistically, like we start the game on different platforms. I could like
yeah.
jump in, charge my water gun, and it's basically fully charged as I land, right? Like
Damn, that's
it's
true.
it's a
Yeah,
very quick charge move. You don't have to commit much to get. It's not like a Pac-Man bonus fruit or something. Like I'm
yeah,
not spending an hour charging that up. So it's
yeah.
it's kind of I don't think you're really sacrificing anything. Like if you want the water gun, charge it up at the beginning of the game. You know, if you think there might be usage of it. And trust me, against Steve, just like any other character, there is, right? You
Yeah.
want to know some interesting things I like to do against Steve with the gun? If he's ever doing some sort of ledge trap with like TNT or something, like he's trying to set something up, even blocks, obviously a little bit of water will kind of ruin that, right? You come back to the stage like this, spray
Okay.
some water. Have you ever seen them put down the TNT and just stand on it and then go for like a down smash?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you blast them off that with the water, then
What?
they can't do it anymore. Think about it,
Yeah.
right?
So you said
And they
do
can't
it.
even. I
Oh
play
yeah.
Steve, so I know sort of how it works. If you fell
Okay.
off the
Yeah.
TNT, it's kind of hard to get back on it and down smash because then you'll get hit by it when you down smash too.
Yeah.
So
Damn,
I
that's
think it's good to
true.
have, right?
Yeah.
So even if you think like he'll be charging up his stuff and mining just a little bit, like it's not really sacrificing anything. He's not gonna get diamond by the time it takes you to charge up a quick water gun, you know?
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I basically do it in every matchup. Like it's sort of just I like it to be consistent. I like to kind of always have it and push the like the versatility of the move. Make sure I can use it in a bunch of different spots that people aren't expecting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That is good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, good question though. All right, you want to play a little bit and then if something else pops into mind?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah. I have like this like I guess like 2 matches that I have. Can we like review that or no?
Well, if you wanted to do VOD review, usually it's not included in this like the training plan.
Okay. Yeah.
So I do have like separate options for like VOD review lessons. We could either do a live
Oh.
VOD review. Oh, nice. Oh, the up tilt, the classic. But we do have options for a live VOD review or a replay review, which is just like you just send it in and I put comments on it. The replay review
Oh.
is a little bit, it's cheaper definitely, but it's a little bit less like detailed. You know, it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint certain things if it's just like leaving comments. So it's up
Okay.
to you if you would want to do that. If we have like, you know, we could use the remainder of today to
Yeah.
watch maybe a game or two if you would want. It's totally up to you.
I wouldn't mind just doing one game real quick. Yeah.
We could do that, yeah. If you have a way to easily send it to me, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I have until what's it called? So 4 my time. So we have 40 minutes until I have to start. Like I have another lesson. So
Oh. Okay.
I
That's
will
good.
spend that time. I know it said 30 minutes for this
Yeah.
lesson, but I don't mind going a little bit over because it's the last one. You
Yeah,
know.
that's all good. I actually have like a dental exam. For me, it's 1:20 now, and I have a dental exam at 2:15.
Okay, so
Yeah,
perfect. We kind of
yeah.
have a similar limitation there.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm off. Nice.
Ah,
No.
Yeah, I got caught under there.
I was like, that was a good back air, but you have one more jump, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah, you-
about that at the last second too.
Oh, the parry.
Could I have upbeat that down tilt?
Yeah, Squirtle can up B and Ivy down tilt out of shield. It's just laggy enough.
Okay.
And
Like
obviously, the
yeah.
main thing is how long it is, right? The range of that
Okay.
that out of shield option.
Like, let's say if like behind you again, would up B like be the best one to do punish with? Because sometimes back air whiffs when I try to hit someone.
Yeah, so back air is a little quicker in terms of frame data, right? Up B maybe comes out like frame 10 or something like that. So
Ooh.
certain things will be too safe for it. But in my opinion, if something's too safe for up B, you probably shouldn't try to like out of shield punish it anyway, right?
Okay.
So I do like the up B more than back air. I think you're right about back air. It whiffs a lot, and either characters maybe are too short to get hit by like the beginning of it on the way up, or if I shield like I did right there when you did it, I can shield the rising back air, and then you still have to like fall. You know, like the
Yeah.
back air animation might end, but you're stuck in the air because you did a rising one. So it's actually a lot easier for me to get a punish on that if I
Yeah.
shielded the move. So it's usually kind of unsafe. You know, like obviously up B is less safe, but up B is guaranteed if you sort of chose the right timing and stuff. Whereas back air is less consistent. So. I would recommend looking for spots like that because there are a lot of moves that you can up B at a shield with Squirtle, right? Like it's not the fastest at a shield option, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty common. So look for your spots where and remember which moves you can sort of punish like that, and then other times you can kind of just shield and maybe not try to add a shield punish. Like you could just drop your shield and return back to neutral rather than feeling like you always need to do like aerial or up B at a shield, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like I think that's a big piece of advice for a lot of people because we might end up sort of in a situation where we're both like this,
Yeah.
and a lot of people just are so tempted. They're like, I just want to add a shield option. Like I just want to go like
that's
this, you know?
yeah, that's what I did. I got hard
Yeah,
punished against a
right.
Wii Fit. And
Exactly.
They
It's like
up-smashed me. Yeah.
you will, as it gets more and more obvious and they get more and more momentum, they will hard punish you for stuff like that, right? Especially
Yeah.
like rising aerials. Like obviously these aerials aren't exactly slow,
Yeah.
but the second I do them like on your shield, like watch, I do like a rising forward air. Like there's a lot of time to punish that. You know, you got an easy punish. So I think that's sort of an old meta thing in terms of Smash Ultimate. Like people used to really just kind of run in shield and then aerial out of shield. Like that was like what people
Yeah.
abused. But nowadays it's sort of in your best interest, I think, especially with a character like Squirtle,
Yeah.
to sort of avoid getting yourself in shield in the first place, right? I know it happens, of course, sometimes,
Yeah.
but I try to avoid like putting myself in shield because my defense should be just my small hurt box, my
Yeah.
quick movement, and my quick hitboxes, right? Those things combined
okay.
to work well enough to make it hard to hit me, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
need to be shielding as your defense. You can just be evasive and quick. And honestly,
Okay.
that's better a lot of the time because you're not putting yourself in shield and making yourself stationary,
Yeah,
right? So like
true,
they won't have sort of that you lose that era of evasion and you become very predictable once you start shielding and standing still a lot.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
also sort of sacrifice the potential for like your own hitboxes to come out because like obviously you can do some moves out of shield, right? You can do like grab and up B and up smash and stuff,
Yeah.
and then you could jump aerial. But obviously when you're not shielding, you have more moves. Like it's just you can kind of
Yeah,
always
it's
be
way
like F tilting or
faster.
yeah, right. So try not to put yourself in shield too much. And then when you do find yourself in shield, it's good to just tell yourself, you know, this time I don't feel scared. I don't need to aerial out of shield just because it's like my muscle memory telling me to do it,
Yeah.
right? Especially when I'm close to you, because a lot of the time I might kind of do some sort of shield pressure like this, like a landing Squirtle fair, and it was safe enough that then if you tried to add a shield aerial that,
Yeah.
I would have put up my shield.
Oh,
All right, well your shield was a little too low. It was a little too low, but like put it up real quick. Yeah,
oh.
like I might put up my shield and go for my own, right?
Yeah.
So it's sort of it's that guessing game, and I have a big advantage because I landed first with the safe aerial. So
Okay.
if you ever think that's gonna happen, or you sort of predict somebody like, oh, they're gonna do this safe aerial on my shield or this safe hit on my shield, you know, you don't need to add a shield option. You can just kind of let go of your shield, or you could roll away. Like there are other options, you know.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. It's good to know.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go. So where is this this replay that you have? Like how would we
It's
watch it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That makes it easy. So
Yeah. And I could just tell you like the timestamp area.
okay, perfect. Dude, that's the best case scenario. Some of these guys, I do what they have like they're like, can you download this? It's like a file. I'm like, oh, how is this? Come on. Like, come on, let's just use a YouTube link here, like a Twitch shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, man?
I do this all the time with my
No.
shit. I do this all the time with my friends because we watch like YouTube videos together. So yeah. Oh.
There you go. So you
Yeah.
get it. You get it for sure.
Yeah, we have a countdown and everything. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Oh, nice. Even there, right? The Nair out of shield is just it's a little delayed because it's hard to
Yeah.
react. Like I'm trying to mix up your shield every time I hit it, so it's gonna be tough for you to sort of react appropriately with the right option. Sometimes it's the best option is a move in front of you or a move behind you or no option at all. So it's a big guessing game.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is that back air in the up air?
Oh
Oh
shoot.
shit! I got mixed up there for some reason.
I got mixed up a little bit too. But yeah, I did hit a little back air into up air. It's not true, but it on floatier characters like Squirtle, right? If you kind of hit that first back air and they DI it in, they get sent up more vertically than horizontally, and you can sometimes link it up into an up air.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
And I like that, right? With Ivy, we talked about how he's sort of he likes those vertical strings. So anything you can do to get that started, right?
Oh yeah,
back air normally back air is a more horizontally sending move, but if they DI it all the way in, it sort of sends more vertically, and you can maybe lead it into some up airs instead of just like stringing them across the stage.
Okay, that's good to know. Oh man, I got caught under there again. Shit.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. I tried to like pressure you with the fair, then I don't know. I guess that's unsafe to do.
Yeah, I think you could have lived. I mean, I think the up B angle could have been better, definitely. You could always do that offstage rusher. I mean, I guess be careful against Ivysaur, right? Because I probably could have down aired you a little earlier, but it's all good.
Good. I have that video
just let me know. Okay, let's do this last game. How about? I was about to say, because I definitely think we'll have time.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I didn't know I had between that Wii Fit and this Pac-Man, but I feel like this Pac-Man was kind of a little bit like, kind of a little bit closer. I still got kind of destroyed, but it's not as bad. Yeah.
I see. It is. Yeah, it's definitely better to watch closer games, right? Whether you win or lose, because then there's a lot more like adaptation and stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what that was.
Like I know, it's tempting if you play like number one in the region or whatever, like, oh, I can learn a lot from this set, but like to be honest, you probably can't.
Yeah, plus I kind of
that's why I tell people
playing bad in the other sets. Yeah. Like,
yeah, exactly, right? Sometimes you're just like, well, I didn't play well, and I know even now like I wouldn't play like this, so it's not exactly
Oh, yeah. Even ones I've seen 3 months ago, I was like, what was I doing that for?
Oh, definitely, bro. That's the pain of watching losing VODs. It's like the biggest chore.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you said like playing can only take you so far. That's when you have to like do VOD reviews. That kind of like finally pushed me to do that finally. Yeah. And also finally figured out that my local like actually uploads the VODs on YouTube, and I finally found that out lately.
There you go. That's good to know. Yeah. I'm glad they do, because a lot of helpful information can really be deduced by like seeing how you play in this pressure situation, right? Like we'll talk about that, but it's obviously kind of more high stakes than just practice games or whatever, and you don't really get to see inside of your brain while you play.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
The best we're gonna do, we're gonna analyze sort of why you're making the choices and decisions you are, and which of them might be leading to some mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that tether cancel movement.
Oh.
Oh? That was good. I've been doing that sometimes too. If I'm on the platform and I shield something, and it's like a tall enough character, you can just down or out of shield way through the platform.
Yeah,
it'll still at least pop them up into kind of a weird spot. So I like that.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest one is with Zard, right? Look out for sort of the spamming out of shield options with Zard, because like with Squirtle, they're sort of lower risk. They're quick, and like those rising aerials and stuff, they're kind of harder to punish. But people are really expecting your out of shield like up smashes and up Bs with Charizard, so they're probably gonna do safer options on Charizard shield, right? Especially if you've been there shielding for a little bit. And my best advice for that, and I saw this sort of initially with the other PT in my region who's really good with Charizard. His main thing was like abusing shield drop with Charizard and just never really like pulling the trigger on those out of shield options, because then that fools everyone. Everyone's like they're expecting it and it doesn't happen. So then he has a little bit more time to sort of line up what he actually wants to hit, right? Those back airs and those big up smashes.
Ooh. So you like delay your like up smash?
Yeah, I mean, just how about this? Like, if you want to put up your shield, go for it. But then you can just drop it. You don't even need to like jump out of it. You don't need to attack out of it. You could just drop your shield and then move forward again, right? Like, just try it for me.
Like
Exactly,
that?
right?
Like micro
Yeah, like
movements? Oh,
it does, but it
man.
doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be micro movements, right? It could be anything. It could be. It could be little small steps if we were closer together. But if you're
Yeah.
further away, I might do something like this, like.
Oh, what? Like,
And then you know what I mean? Like,
damn.
I think a lot of the problem is people do it once. They run in, and this is a Charizard, like a kind of a scrub classic. Like they'll run in one time shield, and then they're always gonna up smash or up B at a shield.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes they get too trigger happy like that. Yeah.
Exactly, right? And I think it's best to I want you to completely turn it around for a little bit and say like, okay, I'm gonna try shield dropping and being patient and seeing sort of when people actually make their mistakes, right? Because a lot of the time nowadays, this is another early meta versus present meta thing, right?
Okay.
In the past, you might have gotten those up smashes and up Bs out of shield, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people would have just hit your shield and you would have been able to free punish with one of those two moves. But now people are pretty good at avoiding that.
Yeah.
However,
That's true.
what they do to avoid it a lot of the time with both their specific movement and hitboxes they're throwing out, a lot of the time that leaves them more vulnerable in other spots, right? So what I noticed with Charizard is you might not be able to catch people making those easy mistakes, like hitting your shield unsafely. But if you just walk forward shield for a little bit and then like just wait, they might make a really stupid mistake a little bit later that's like easier for you to punish, right? So like if I was to like run forward, shield, like let's do an example, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to, what's like the best way to put this? Okay, I want you to like F tilt my shield and then just like roll back immediately, right? So like it's like something like that, right?
That
lot
is
of
like a
people-
hard read moment, man.
It's a hard read,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But think about it like this. In my head, you F tilt my shield, I can't up smash that out of shield. It's too spaced, right? And that's why
Yeah.
I use that as the example. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna drop my shield because I know I can't get a true out of shield option, and then I'm gonna either predict or react
Okay.
to your next option, right? It might be a defensive option, it might be another hitbox, it might be a jump, it could be anything, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm right about that, which sometimes I'm gonna be, sometimes I'm not gonna be, but it's worth the risk, right? With Charizard, a game of rock paper scissors like that is good because his reward is really high, and his risk is a little lower because he lives so long.
Okay.
So drop your shield and sort of wait to see what somebody does. Even if maybe I didn't like obviously there I knew you were gonna roll back, but let's say
Yeah.
like I didn't know, maybe I could still react to you rolling back and run up a little
Yeah.
bit later to pressure you more, right? You might have been able to
Okay.
shield and up smash, but then I could have grabbed or vice versa. Like
Yeah.
so, it's good to wait a little bit longer on those out of shield options and not be so trigger happy.
Okay, so you
And
can
I
like
think-
punish their punish kind of.
Push their next option,
Yeah.
right?
There we go. Yeah.
Because everyone does like two things nowadays. Like they'll do
Yeah.
a landing aerial and then a spot dodge, or a landing aerial and then a jab, or a landing aerial and then a roll.
Yeah.
And then that second option is nowadays what you need to punish, right? Because that first
Okay.
thing they're doing is usually safe, and that's what people have evolved to do, a safe thing.
Yeah.
Very, first, very often, like 90% of the time. But the second thing is almost always more unsafe, and you can sort of push off of that and take that to your advantage. So
Okay.
yeah, just use that
Cool.
to your benefit. I think you're
Yeah.
very capable of abusing that for sure.
That sounds good. Yeah. And I,
So,
What do
yeah.
you think like bullet seed is a good option?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough, man. It's
Yeah,
tough. Bullet seed.
yeah.
It's a move I hardly ever find myself using. I think some Ivysaurs like to try to make it work more often than I do.
Okay.
I will say, if I get a parry and they land close to me, like if they hit my shield really close and I parry something, then a bullet seed is occasionally the best punish you can get, right, off of a parry. So that might be like 20% or something. But keep in mind, they sometimes just they fall out and then they kill you for it. So it's not a great idea. And then the other time I use it maybe is if I do like an up air. Let's say somebody's above me shielding on a platform, right?
Yeah.
I'll do like an up air with Ivy or some other type of move to shield pressure them. And then if they keep holding their shield, maybe I'll run underneath and start bullet seeding.
Oh yeah.
And then
okay,
that'll usually poke them, right?
I think
And
I've
usually
done that
shield pokes.
once. Yeah, and I remember the guy
There you
next to me. He
go,
was like,
bro. There you
"What?"
go.
I remember I saw the shock on his face.
It is perhaps the most unexpected thing you could do with
Yeah,
Ivysaur, right? Like
yeah.
that move is really, really, it's a rarity. So, that's a fine spot to use it, but always,
Okay.
don't overuse it and be careful because people fall out sometimes, or if
Yeah.
you miss, it's so laggy. So it's like, we don't recommend using it very often. But those are
Okay.
my two most common
Nice. I've heard
instances
of, you
of
can
use.
use it for like footstool. Use it with footstool out of shield. Is that possible or no?
Oh gosh, honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah,
Footstool out
same
of shield,
here.
like bullet
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah,
You want to try it? Okay, we could try this.
I never tried footstool ever, so yeah.
I can't imagine that this will connect. So I've done footstool out of shield, right? Like that's some characters have a lot of possible like follow ups off of that. Like Steve, I'll do the
Oh.
footstool out of shield, then I'll do an anvil, right? And that's like a great
Oh,
true punish,
yeah.
right? But Ivysaur, I can't imagine that working. Like, so what I need you to do, I think, is just do like a full hop, even come from the platform, maybe. So like jump from this platform and just go
Okay.
like this on my shield. Like I want you to just full hop landing fair, okay?
Full out landing fair. Okay.
Yeah, just right on my shield. So
Okay.
just start it from high up, so I have time to react.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, see, like I'm not great at the
Yeah.
footstooling. That's the hard for me. Ready?
Oh.
Okay, wait. I got the footstool. How do I even bullet seed, bro? It's like my stick is seeing him.
Oh, my
Wait,
bad,
try
my
it again.
bad.
Try it again.
Okay, here we go. Ah, the
Oh
little
my
space.
gosh, because
Yeah.
it's weird, right? I need to like move
Yeah.
my stick to jump towards you for the footstool, but then like release it back to neutral so I can get a bullet seed.
Oh.
Try it again?
Shit, okay.
Oh my gosh, it's hard on Wi-Fi and everything. Honestly,
yeah.
this could work. I'm not the expert. Try it like 2 more times. Let me see if I can get it. Right. Oh my gosh, it's
Okay, here we
tricky. Maybe certain moves would also be easier to footstool out of shield. I don't know.
go. Oh,
Like you see what I mean though? That was pretty quick, and it's kind of, you need something like a down air or something to
okay.
like a move like that doesn't send me down at all. So I'll do the footstool and see how high I jump after a footstool.
Yeah.
Like I don't really see how that could connect. Like watch, even just like this.
Yeah.
Or if she were. It's like it's hard. I don't know. I don't see it working. You know what you can maybe do is like this, like if you get a footstool out of shield, down air will at least get damage. I think that's the only move of Ivysaur's that'll get any damage because Nair will.
Okay.
But down air definitely will. So that's my only real footstool out of shield thing. I don't think even the other two can even do it, right? Can Zard do like up B or something? Wait, let me try. Wait. Oh my gosh, it's hard enough to footstool use like this. Oh, you fell out though.
Yeah.
I have heard of people trying this, but I think most characters will fall out. Maybe if you're really tall,
Yeah.
you can hit on. You play Zard for a sec. Let me see. Wait.
Yeah.
There you go. So if it's a really tall character, you can do footstool up B with Zard, but that is rare. And look, you'll still fall out sometimes. I think I have to do it the right. I have to do it the right way. I think.
Okay.
Let me try it now. Let me try it this way. Oh, nothing that way. So it's try it this way. There you go. So it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
But maybe
true.
worth a try. I don't know. That's kind of cool though, right? I like that kind of stuff.
Someone just told me about it. And I was like, oh, I never thought about that. So yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I would like to have kind of better footstool out of shield stuff because it's
I was watching
one of the more recent developments.
Yeah, I was watching like Ned one time, and he did this side B like where he did it low like this, and then he double jumped like on the side, and then he up B'd close to the stage, kind of. Was that like a safer recovery with Zard or no?
Oh, like flare blitzing below? It could be, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so one thing that's possible, right? So obviously, if you get like the bounce off the wall, like that, then it's very easy. It's very easy to sort of hang out below the stage with your jumps.
Oh wait.
And just do it like that.
Okay.
And yeah, it could be a little safer if some characters, if you're worried about them edge guarding you.
Okay.
But make sure you're not too low, right? Because sometimes if you get sent like way too low and you don't have a jump or something, then you won't be able to make it back.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah. It's
kind
kind
of maybe if you have both your jumps.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of funny because he did it by accident, and then I noticed it. I was like, "Whoa, is that safe?" So, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It could. I was gonna say. I imagine he probably just missed the ledge. Because
yeah,
if you're ever in sweet spot distance with flare blitz to ledge, then that's probably what you should do,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
I was thinking that too.
but there are little mix-ups you can do off stage. The Squirtle sometimes, if I can get below, I might do like a little wall cling like this, and
Oh,
then kind of jump all the way
what?
back.
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, right. Because he can wall cling. So look, I'm all the way down there, and then I can like up you through the stage, and then switch again, and now I'm.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
No, it's all very
cool.
gimmicky stuff. It hardly ever serves like a true
Yeah.
purpose, but it is kind of cool. Like stand maybe right here, like where the shadow is.
Okay.
Watch, I can maybe get a hit on you. Let's see. Oh no, I messed it up.
Oh.
See, then I'm dead. If I'm, let me try one more
Yeah.
time. Let me try one more time.
Okay.
If you're really clean, some people are like good at this, like that.
Oh.
And then I'm
Hell
back.
yeah.
But it's obviously, I don't recommend messing around off stage that much, to that degree.
Yeah.
It's cool to know.
Man, that'll be. Yeah, I think I've seen you do that against someone, but that was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I do sometimes do the upbeats to the stage. If I'm starting as Ivysaur, right? Sometimes I'll when I'm recovering, I'll just do one or two of them like that. So I'll just sort of mess with you. But then
Yeah.
if I do one of them, a lot of the time I can live, right? So watch this. I might be able to do like, wait, let me make sure I'm lined up for it. So I can maybe do one through the stage and then air dodge back up or something. Oh, too low.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're too low or you want to do another upbeat, then you can do it. But then after you got to switch to Zard, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So while you still have kind of that second jump with Zard and Ivy, once he does one up B off stage, then the second one is going to be a lot like worse because he doesn't have his little bounce anymore.
Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, do you want to get to this VOD before we run out of time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
hopefully it will work. Sometimes the screen sharing on Discord can be a little like stuttery.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping it's not too bad, but if it is, then let me know. We could definitely do this a different time if that's the
Okay,
case.
yeah.
But here, I'll see if I can share my screen. Open this up.
The time was at 11:37.
Let's see. I think, yeah, 11:37. Perfect. And can you see everything?
Yeah.
My screen, you're good? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Hopefully, just let me know if it gets stuttery or if you can't hear me,
Okay.
because those are problems I've sometimes had, and I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to just try to explain that to you the whole time, like, hey, sorry, you're just talking that you don't understand.
Okay.
So let's do it though. Okay, I like the combos. Start off. But you maybe could have stuck out with Squirtle a little longer, right? I feel like
yeah, that's true.
it was an early switch, and I actually do like Squirtle against Pac-Man, as long as you can be sort of clean with your movement, right? Like he does have little traps and stuff that can be annoying for Squirtle to get around, but Squirtle's the best at like jumping over Hydrant and trying to like pressure him that way.
Okay. That's good to know.
Oh, that grab is crazy. But yeah, here, be careful. Be very careful. Oh, he messed it up, see? It's always good to be patient with Ivy when you're recovering back against Pac-Man because everything he does basically is some sort of trap. Whether it's a hydrant thing or he's like throwing down Bella at the ledge or whatever. Like he's definitely just setting up a trap. So just hang from the vine for a little bit, honestly. Like that's what I try to do. I'll do a tether and just wait. Oh, I like the idea. Okay, watch out for that. Good. Yeah, good patience there and shield. Nice, okay. Oh, okay, sticking out with Zard.
Oh, okay.
And all the way back around. I mean, it could be fine, I guess. You can wall him out a little bit here. Watch out for back airs in this spot, yeah. Pac-Man is actually pretty bad at closing out stocks, especially from stray hits, so back air is usually the main concern.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and try, obviously what each fruit does, so it's like the melon gonna stay out for a long time and sort of just hang out there. Get back to Squirtle before it's too late. Okay. And yeah, I guess you're comfortable with Ivy here, right? I think a lot of people tend to view this as like an Ivy favorable matchup.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Squirtle, but recently I've been feeling a little bit more IB, I guess.
Got you. I try to use them pretty evenly, but I
Okay.
also feel like my experience like playing Pac-Man has always been like my kind of my main or area for a long time. So I think it's easier for me to sort of know what he's gonna do in those cases
Oh,
because
okay.
of my experience playing as him. So let's see but like what went wrong here, right? Because Ivy neutral wasn't exactly working out. Oh, watch out for those dash guys. I think that's the second time this stock.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay, we're back. Oh, you gotta air dodge that one. If you air dodge at the right time, you can catch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I asked him that after the set. Yeah.
Yeah, always try to do that when it's possible. Yeah. Oh, no. So another
Oh,
thing is just obviously be familiar with your flare blitz heights, right? So this was a little too high, so
yeah.
that's why you ended up sort of up there. You could have done it lower and you would have snapped to ledge, right? But like
Okay.
this, you were a little
Yeah.
too high above the ledge, and that's why he was able to throw that apple at that height and hit you. And I think, yeah, his down air probably should have connected anyway, but you basically did. Okay,
Yeah.
what is going on with Squirtle? Because you're just like side being off the
Yeah.
stage. Okay, up be
Yeah,
that,
that's
perfect.
true.
Good jump away, good up air. I like this. Oh, you can hold that for a little bit if you felt confident in it. The F smash.
Okay.
Because once you're charging it, then you can react to the option, right? If you just like press it and with no charge, then you're not really reacting.
That's true. Yeah, I was recently at these tournaments. I've like at least at this one, I wasn't really playing reactionary, but bef- when I was watching the boss, like, what am I doing? And then I was just I don't know. I just realized I need to play more reactionary. Yeah,
Got you, got you.
because
So
sometimes
just
I'm
one
just making
general thing.
guesses. I notice. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like it gets more comfortable in the bracket setting to
Yeah.
make those guesses and sort of just try to like rock with what you know, because
Okay.
it's easy to be confident in it. And you're like, I've been here before, I've seen this before, and
Yeah.
you expect your prediction to be right. But you know, it's easier to play sort of safely. I like to go off of what you know, of course, but also do it safely, right? So there are times where reacting is just the safer thing to do and the more comfortable thing, where
Yeah.
like it's unrealistic to expect certain things or to
Okay.
expect that you can predict certain things, right?
Yeah.
So just this whole stock, I've noticed it hasn't been too great. I don't know what happened to the quality. That was weird. I can get it back to. So just this whole stock, I've noticed a lot of razor leafing that's not working out
I
for you. So
know. Yeah. I was like, what am
one
I
thing
razor
is,
leafing?
yeah, like Pac-Man is actually this is a total like I like PT and Pac-Man, both of them honestly, like kind of low level players of the characters and like the scrubs will tell you that Razor Leaf is really good against Pac-Man, right?
Yeah, that's what
But
I.
I can tell you
Yeah, that's what
straight
someone
up,
told me on Discord.
it is not good
Okay,
against Pac-Man,
okay.
and I don't know what that's like a low level. It honestly stops like once you go to tournaments, right? Because the
Yeah,
truth is, while Razor Leaf does go through Pac-Man's hydrant, it stops at the site of every one of his fruits, right? So all of his fruits just like destroy it basically. That
oh,
includes like the first two, I think, even the cherry and the strawberry, but definitely the orange. And we're gonna see here he was able to catch the orange. I think I actually just missed that. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So it bounced up, which is what happens when it interacts with certain projectiles, right? So watch this. You threw the razor leaf, he threw the orange, and
okay.
then razor leaf gets destroyed. Orange bounces up. It's very easy for him to kind of catch it there in
What?
that spot.
I ne
So look,
Yeah, I never noticed
going frame
that.
by frame, so he was able to
Shit,
catch it. And
that's
he can do that with the
true.
apple too. He can do that with the melon, and then the last ones, right? So I just told you the first two will like trade with Razor Leaf, like they'll both stop. The
Yeah,
next three he can throw into Razor Leaf and get them in his hand, right? Which is always better for Pac-Man if he can catch them and then throw them at you rather than you having to press B, because it's like the item throw is faster than the B throw. And
okay.
then the last three, the Galaga, the Bell, and the Key, they will all just go straight through Razor Leaf and just beat it. Like those moves
Man,
they don't even
okay.
interact with Razor Leaf at
That
all.
is
Like they just
crazy.
destroy it. And they
Okay.
keep going. So it's not a very great move against him. So I think that's what's maybe costing you is you're playing the wrong type of IV neutral here. So instead of playing a neutral like this where you're razor leafing and jumping in on him with like fairs and running in with dash grabs, I want you to
Okay.
kind of face away from him and try to play with a lot of back airs, right? Like this is how I play against Pac-Man. I could send you a set maybe if you need. Um, but basically
Okay.
all I
Yeah.
do is sort of just back air neutral, slowly but surely. Like I'm working my way in. I'm closing in on stage positioning because Pac-Man he when he drops the hydrant a lot of the time he screws himself in sort of like in types of stage positioning and how much he controls. So
Okay.
use your back airs wisely. Use them, approaching, retreating, landing and rising, those kind of things, and just mix them up. And
Nice.
Pac-Man really struggles to hit those. He struggles to air it, and he struggles to punish it out of shield, right?
Yeah.
Because it's super safe. So that's my biggest advice. If you end up in this guy or another Pac-Man again, try to play that kind of alternative vibe neutral. I don't really razor leaf against Pac-Man. I mean, if I'm really far away, sometimes I'll use it just to like hit his hydrant, get some damage on the hydrant, or just to like make him shield. Because if he's far away and charging up his bonus fruit, you can maybe make him shield by throwing it. But if he's closer to you, then don't throw it. Like if he's in mid range, then you really shouldn't be throwing a razor leaf like
Oh,
that.
okay.
That's my big advice for sure.
Sounds good.
And yeah, just watch out for running in on him, right? Because you sometimes he's shielding these razor leaves, and then you're just
Yeah.
running in like dash, or you're running in like that
Yeah.
again. So I'll show you two exact same situations right here, right? This first one, you threw a razor leaf really close to him. I'm talking, this is like close range, not even mid range.
Yeah.
So too close for comfort. He's gonna get a fair out of shield, right? And you ran in after your
Yeah.
razor leaf. So,
Okay.
got a
That's
fair
true.
there. And we play for a little longer. And here you're gonna do it again. A close range razor leaf instead of like a distance one. And then you're
Yeah.
gonna run in. He's gonna out of shield
Oh,
again, right?
yeah. I was kind of
So
getting frustrated right there.
yeah, and
Yeah.
trust me, I get it, right? It's
Yeah.
very annoying. Characters with great out of shield options like this, like Pac-Man has a great fair out of shield against Ivy. Rob has a great fair out of shield.
Yeah.
Like characters that sweep forward, even like sword characters like Lucina, sweep forward with their rising fairs and make it really hard for you to run in on them, right? Like Diddy Kong, they stuff you out. So
Oh.
my best advice is play around that range. Like you know how big fair is and out of shield is sort of easy to visualize the space that he's covering with it. So
Yeah.
even if you're gonna throw a raise leaf, or even if you're gonna try to pressure him, try to be right outside of that space. So maybe he's baited to fair out of shield, and then it doesn't hit you, and you could punish it. Or maybe it's too far to the point where he won't fair out of shield. Either way, you're not
Oh,
gonna get hit,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So just make sure you're not like running in on him that close. And remember how good he is at scrapping, right? Pac-Man
Yeah.
is easily better at these CQCs, right? These close quarter combat situations. He's much better than Ivy is.
Yeah, that
So
is true. Okay.
definitely avoid getting too close to him. Try to play more in the mid range with those like landing aerials, right? Back airs, fairs, stuff like that. And less razor leaf, really. I think that'll help you a lot.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
knowing that you're throwing too
I
much.
feel like I do it too much sometimes. Yeah. Oh.
It's definitely this game. It's been a little
Yeah.
excessive.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened there?
I'm not
He
sure.
really charged up all the way. Like you know he's gonna charge up all the way
Yeah.
to a bell, right? So you get this back air kill on him, right? You're gonna switch all the way back to, and he has all this invincibility. I'm gonna let you know straight up, his invincibility lasts right up until he can throw the bell. So it's actually really, really like
Whoa.
dumb
I didn't
to
know
get close
that.
to him
Okay.
because you won't be able to hit him before he pulls the bell and throws it in your direction.
Man.
So what you could do is either walk close to him and shield so the bell doesn't like stun you, or just be
Yeah.
far enough away that it won't hit you, right? So between those two options, I prefer to just be far away and reset to neutral rather than like putting myself up close again, right? Remember how bad
Yeah.
these close
Yeah.
quarters are for Ivysaur? But
Yeah.
regardless, definitely don't get close to him and then not shield because
Okay.
he's just gonna throw the bell immediately and get an
Yeah,
easy
I
forward
didn't
smash.
even know what I was doing there too. Shit. Okay.
That's I think
Yeah.
we're looking into we get to analyze your mind a little bit, right? When we watch
Yeah.
this game. So
That is
it's easy to
true.
see sort of the spots where you got a razor leaf and you felt like you were pressuring him, right? You threw it and then you ran
Yeah.
behind it as if it was like, oh, I'm going to continue the pressure. But now we see that that's not very effective. And even if you're a little bit further away and you think like, oh, I'm going to run in with like a dash grab or an approaching fair, notice how often those were getting either stuffed out or he was throwing a fruit before you were even there. So
Oh,
a lot of the
okay.
time, I think you need to be more thoughtful, I guess, about your
Yeah,
approaches
you're
in.
right. Yeah.
and play it more from a mid range, right? Remember how big Ivy's moves are. Pac-Man doesn't like super disjointed moves because they're hard for him to
Okay.
out of shield and they're hard for him to air. And
Yeah.
also they stop the fruits a lot of the time. So whereas like Razor Leaf doesn't do much against fruits,
Yeah.
something like an Ivysaur aerial, with its like long hitbox and disjoint might actually stop it in its tracks a lot of the time, or you might catch it.
Oh, okay. What?
So that's pretty
Okay.
cool, right?
Yeah. I wanted to show you that a sneaky down air I got off of him at 255.
Yeah, let's see it. 255. Could you see the video by the way? Was the
Yeah,
quality
it
good
was
and
pretty
everything?
good. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. Sneaky downer. Oh! I saw that coming. Wow. Wait a minute. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, because I see that too, and I see that setup, and I'm like, wow, you're dead, right? Like this is super consistent. The throw gyro down into like runoff side me, but you were just above it. Maybe you DI'd up. I like
Yeah,
something
I
about this
remember
was
kind of.
really good of you.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really smart. And be careful, obviously. Next time, maybe don't get hit by the gyro because it's scary.
Yeah,
It's definitely
okay, I
scary.
know. I kind
But
of got lucky, yeah.
yeah, a little bit. But it worked out for you, man.
Yeah,
And look, the recognition to just go
woo!
for the downer was
Yeah,
perfect. Oh, that was
man,
super sneaky. I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that was all, yeah.
Yeah, you forced him off
I
Rob, man. That's
remember
pretty big
last
time.
game he was using, or the last set he was using Rob and he beat me, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
must feel good, Brian. This
yeah,
is Rob PT, right? Like that's gotta feel
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, you keep working on it, man. You can take down the Pac-Man too for sure. I know it's annoying when somebody plays two, pretty
Yeah.
dumb characters like this. Pretty
He
broken
was the Wii
characters.
Fit that punished me. I was talking about. Yeah.
There you go. This guy's he's got
Yeah.
a lot of these characters, man. Same archetype I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you get better, I'm gonna tell you it, straight up. Once you get better at like approaching this guy with like IB back airs and safer, more meaningful approaches, he will crumble with any of his characters, right? Because at the end of the day, like
Oh.
they all have a similar stance against PT and against IB in particular, where it's like I'm gonna wait for you to run in. Rob and Pac-Man have such similar game plans actually, where they charge up stuff and they stand sort of in a good position where if you run in too close with Ivysaur, they're just gonna fair you out of shield and stuff you out, push you back to the
Yeah.
corner, and that's when they get to start throwing stuff at you, right?
Yeah.
So they'll win these close quarters, like close range engagements if you're not careful about them, and they'll push you into the corner where they can start harassing you with projectiles, shield pressuring you, pushing you off stage, and that's when the ledge trapping and everything starts. So
There we
it's
go.
really important that
Yeah.
you win those spots for sure,
Yeah. I
and
know.
you are
Yeah.
so capable.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right,
Uh,
did all kind of make sense?
Yeah, yeah, and I forgot to record, but I was streaming, so I could save the VOD, so that's good at least.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works well, and I'm glad you
yeah,
do that every time.
yeah.
That's good to look back at for
I
sure.
lost the first recording for the first lesson, but the rest I had. But let's get it good at least. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that
Oh
works out then.
yeah, woohoo! Well, that was a fun training plan that we.